I've read a lot of press reports recently that describe our Marines as extremely frustrated with their Afghan counterparts. And I must say I've been surprised at that, because I've always had an image of the Afghans as being very good fighters and very effective fighters. But there have been two major stories that suggest that the Marines are so concerned that the shortcomings of the Afghan soldiers could undermine our joint efforts in the region. Could you give me your assessment of whether these reports are valid and whether the Afghans themselves have the desire and the skills to succeed in the fight?
First, just in terms of answering the last questions, the last point first, this is actually one of the principal reasons, Senator, why I came around to the view that it was important to set a time when we would begin a transfer or transition to Afghan security control. They need to know this is their fight and that they are going to have to assume responsibility for it, and not at some distant, unknown date, but beginning next year. And between that and the pay raises that we saw last November, we have seen a significant increase in recruitment in Afghanistan for both the Afghan Army and the police. Retention has improved significantly in the Army. It's still a problem in the police. But they need to know that this is going to be their fight at some point, and I think they are taking that on board. The feedback that I've gotten, I have not heard complaints from General McChrystal or the commander in RC South, General Carter, about the quality of the Afghan troops. I must say that, as I mentioned in my opening statement, I went to Camp Black Horse outside of Kabul a couple of weeks ago when I was there, where the Afghan Army is being trained, and the Americans that I talked to there were pretty impressed with them. By the same token, when I talk to our troops, I get mixed reviews. Some of them say that they're really good fighters and that they're really good partners and are very impressed with them. That was certainly the case in Nawaz, where I toured a marketplace. I didn't, you know, the security is a lot better there, but I had no illusions as to the security that was around because I was there. But on the other hand, others are not as impressed, and so I think it's a mixed picture. But in terms of the views of the commanders who have a view of the entire battle space, I think they're very impressed with the quality of the Afghan National Army and believe that it's making good progress.